Welcome to Being a Parent, a series of short videos and strategies to help make family life a little less stressful.
Hello, my name's Beverly.
Hi, my name's Saika. And you'll also hear from our amazing parent group leaders who have tried and tested the strategies in their own homes. Now we're going to add two very important discipline strategies, saying no and ignoring.
First of all, we're going to be talking about saying no. So what we want to think about is, when do we say no? Do we say no a lot? Do we say no most every day? And do we say no when sometimes we might mean yes?
I very often say no just as a default position. You know, when you're doing something else, you're busy, you're not thinking, they'll come up and talk to you, and you'll just be like, no, you can't have that. You know, and very often they're only asking for an apple or something, but you've just gone, nope. And then it's very hard to backtrack.
I think the learning curve was the reason for saying no, as opposed to just saying it because it's a convenience. You know, no, end of story. I'm not talking about it, done. But, you know, what the course did for me is it got me thinking, is this really a no? Because when I say no, it ended there.
We only want to say no when there's absolutely no way of it happening. So maybe if your child wants a biscuit before tea, or wants to go and play out in the rain in the pyjamas, or simply just want to go and do something that really is not appropriate at that time. So what we should do, say to your child in a very clear way why they can't do what they're doing. After that, if they ask again, you clearly say the name and no. You let your voice get softer and softer. No.
For example, if my child said that she wanted an ice cream before tea, how would I use it in that situation?
So, do you want them to have an ice cream before tea?
No.
Do you think you could change your mind about it?
No.
So what you'd say, no, you can't have an ice cream because we're going to be having tea soon.
Okay.
And then if your child was to ask you again, you would just in a calm voice say, Saika, no. And if she asked again, you'd just say, no. But get calmer.
Okay.
You've given her the explanation why. What might happen if you did eventually give her an ice cream before tea?
She wouldn't have she wouldn't eat a tea.
She wouldn't eat a tea.
Yeah.
And she would think that when you say no,
it means yes.
That actually you mean yes, yeah. So it's about being really clear that you mean no.
I find it really useful to use phrases that will buy me a bit more time when I'm making a decision quickly. So I might say, let me think about that, or let's just wait and see. Because if I say no to screen time or another chocolate biscuit, then get pestered and change it to a yes, then my child is learning that pestering works and they can get me to change my mind. Whereas buying myself a bit more time means that I've thought it through in my head and I'm confident that I've made the right decision and that I can stick to that decision.
When we say no to our kids, it's important to let them know it's okay to feel angry and accept that they're not going to like it. No one likes being told no. It's okay for them to want something they can't have. It's okay for them to want to do something you're not going to let them do. That's part of being a kid and part of being a parent, pushing the limits, pushing the boundaries.
I don't automatically say no. I do think twice about what I want to say to them. And usually it ends up that I don't say no nearly as often. And so when I say no, it means more.
Here is another strategy that we're going to be looking at, alongside saying no, and it's really quite effective. It's ignoring. This strategy of ignoring can be extremely effective in stopping a lot of the irritating behaviour that we see with our children. And then what happens is, if you respond to the behaviour with attention, our children will continue to do it. But if we use the ignoring strategy, we are less likely our children will continue to do it. So everyone is different and there are no right or wrong answers. So let's think about what kind of behaviours can you ignore in your children? Whining could be one. Siblings shouting at each other. Your children baby talking. So thinking about those behaviours that we could ignore, and then now I want you to think about there's some behaviours that our children do that we can't ignore.
Like running out onto the road,
Climbing
hitting
on a
each
window.
other, hurting each other, or damaging some of your property.
It's really important when we're using this strategy to make sure that we cut off the conversation with our child, we look away, we offer no reaction, we shut off the smiles, and we end it when we're ready. Yeah, so it's very clear the amount of communication that you give to your child when you use the ignoring strategy. So we're just going to do an example between me and Beverly. Okay?
Mom, can I have a biscuit, please, Mom? I'm hungry.
No. Not before tea.
I know, but Mum, my tummy hurts and I'm a bit hungry and I don't think I can wait till tea. Please. Please, just one. Please, Mum. Mum, just one little one. I'll eat all my tea, I promise. Mum, I love you, Mum. I love you, can I have a biscuit? Mum? Oh, Mum. Oh, you're getting on my nerves now. Just let me have a biscuit. Oh, do you know what? I'm not going to eat my tea anyway then now. I'm not going to eat it because I need a biscuit now. And I tried every emotion I could think of. I tried to use all my ways. I tried to be mad. I tried to be happy. I tried to do everything I could. And your children will do this. They will work to get a reaction from you. They'll work on your emotions. They'll try and pin you down, but it's about just being consistent and ignoring.
Ignoring, I find, is a really useful tool for those special, what I call the low impact behaviours, those really annoying things, the siblings doing something that's frustrating, or making a like tapping on something is a particular bugbear of mine. And often it's looking at the need behind it and trying to either target that or to not give attention to it. The more attention we give it, the more the child will be doing it. And then when you're ready for that ignoring to be over, just changing the subject and pretending it never happened and carrying on with your day.
I find when I ignore an annoying behaviour from between my daughters, I notice that they will do it less often because I didn't give them the attention when they just done it and I ignored it.
I do find that as you start to ignore a behaviour, the behaviour starts to get worse. But then once they realise that they actually can't get your attention, they start to realise it's not really worth them doing it. So it tends to die off, and slowly that behaviour changes over time.
So you're not ignoring your child, you're just ignoring that particular behaviour. So don't think you're ignoring your child, you're not. You're just ignoring the behaviour that they're displaying. So if you want to give it a go at home, practice say no and practice ignoring. So good luck with that. Thank you for watching.
Thank you.